Hello, in this session, I'm going to explain about the SAC SAC Analytical Cloud, which is reporting layer into the BDC. Uh, so here I'm just going to explain you the basics of the SAC. I'm not going to explain you in detail. Okay, so to log in into the SAC from BDC, you need to go to the system landscape, and from here, by clicking on this link, you can access SAC. Once you are into the SSC, then you can see the home page over here for SSC, and in this option you can see different options like files, data analyzer, dataset, modeler. I'm going to explain these. So here files, you can create your folder, you can place your stories, and everything you can do here. You can see you can create stories, composite models, dataset in file section, and you can save here. And basically you can structure your folders from here. And if you want to create a stories, you can click on stories, and you can create a responsive stories. Responsive means it will automatically going to adjust the according to screen size. You can create a canvas type stories. Let me show you. So we are creating responsive stories. Let me minimize this one. Here you can add charts. Okay, once when you bring charts into focus, then you need to select your model. As of now we don't have model in a BDC course. Let me select any public model. Here also we don't have let me select this model. Once you select model, here builder option, this is from here you can enable data builder option, and you can, if you don't want this outline, then you can, by clicking on this view, you can minimize this one. Now let's in builder what we can do. Let's check. In builder we can create a chart, bar type column. There are many types of chart. We can create numeric point, line, stack bar chart. These many charts we can create, and we can also select orientation, horizontal or vertical. And here we can add account dimension and measures. Let me show you what we can add. Personal price, let me add, and let me select measure. This one is a measure I'm selecting, and this is bar chart column. I'm not sure whether source has a data or not. Let me select a proper source. This source, I don't think so we are having data. Let me, if you want to change the source from this option, you can select model, or also you can go here. Let me select this. Oh, this option is not appearing. Okay, from here you can select change your model. Here let's click on select other model. Let me go into sample. Actual versus pending model I'm selecting. Again here you need to select your measure. First we will going to select measure. Let's select measure as a expense. Yeah, this model is having data. Let me select dimension. Company code will be our dimension, and here is, you can also provide colors, patterns. Also if you want to apply filter on a version, filter on a content of the dimension, that is also possible. Here see, if you want to filter specific company code by this filter, by clicking this filter option, you can filter company code. If you want to check the display option, whether you want to display description, ID and ID description, this is option is available. Also here chart add-ons option, you can do the linked analysis, you can add variance, reference line, threshold, you can create a structure, custom add-ins. If you're having any custom add-ins, you can add that custom add-ons, sorry. Chart properties, so if you want to apply zero suppression, that is possible. You can mention where you want to arrange your total, at the end, at the beginning, or if you don't want to show, that is also possible. Okay, and for this model, if you want to enable data analyzer, by clicking this option, data analyzer will be enabled. Okay, now let's go into the styling section. Okay, we can provide here chart name as a chart 5. You can, if you are having any CSS class, basically when you can create your CSS class here. Okay, and that CSS class you can utilize, just a moment. Yeah, sorry, not here. You can create your CSS scripting here, and that scripting you can utilize from this option. You can select size and position from here, and if you want to add background color, borders, basic things, you can do the more that visualization modeling from here. Also font you can define, and the scale, in which format you want to show the number. As of now it's unformatted. Let me show you in billion. You can say 1 billion, 4 billion, sorry, million, 2 million, and scale, whether you want this scale you can define. Also position of chart, above chart, sorry, legend position, above chart you want, below chart you can mention, alignment you can mention. All this styling you can do from the styling icon. And this is, let me just move this to the, now basically we have added. Now here option, from this option you can add a text. If you want to add text here, like text, this is test story. Okay, and in this text, if you want to add like a dynamic text, this is also possible. You can also include the hyperlink, means when someone will click on this text, it will going to redirect to the somewhere else. And if you want to provide some styling to this text, that is also possible. Now here, if you click on these three dots here, you can see the option. If you're having script, you can edit that script. You can add link analysis, and you can see what you want to show, like a subtitle. If you want to show, you can enable subtitle, already it's enabled. If you want to show x label access title, these things you can enable from here. Styling, you can also, if you want to lock this object at a specific place, you can do this by this clicking on lock in place option. You can apply the lock to the all dimension, top, sorry, rank. If you want to show top 5, see, this one is I have shown. Okay, if you want to do the sorting in ascending or descending, you can do the sorting on a basis of that. For the chart, okay, if you are having model variables, you can check your variables, or you can edit variables from here. You can also create a link variable. You can see variable settings. So here second, clear variables and use server default values, or you can also select save current variable selections from here. If you want to insert table, okay, you can also insert table from here. Okay, once you have inserted table, let me click on this table, and now here table structure, already we have added measure. Which measure we have selected? Allocated amount measure is selected. If you want to select any other measure, that is also possible. Let me add, no, this one is a column, it's in column. And if you want to add rows, let me show add company code. Okay, now here it's showing tabular data. Okay, and for this tabular data, if you want to show total, you can click on show total. You can enable total. Let me select the total position. Where is the total? Where total is not showing? Let me go into data. Zero separation, null separation is you can apply. Where total is not showing? Zero separation. Why total is not showing? Let me show total. I have enabled. Let me disable. Show total. Enable. Okay, now total. You can see the total of overall at bottom. You can also arrange the position where you want to see the total. Here, arrange total below parents node. It means it will going to arrange at the bottom. Okay, for measure, also you can add calculations for the measure. Okay, like what kind of calculation you can add: calculated measure, restricted measure, unit conversion, aggregation, dimension to measure, running total cost you can add from here. Also you can create input control measure. Next one is a you can edit calculation, you can add input control measure. You can also select the display options like ID or description, and if you're having multiple member and you want to arrange this member to the specific order, you can also do that for the measure. Same applies here. If you want to arrange these dimensions, then you can use the sort option default, or you can create a custom order. Let me show you. Let me keep this as a first position. Create. You can see here order is change. What else we can add? We can add text, we can add header, we can add button, we can add checkbox group drop down filter line, we can add radio button. If you are having a text input field, text area, we can add from here. We can flow layout panel, page panel, tab strip. These containers we can add. Let me show you other. If you are having geo map also you can add. You can add image, shape, symbol, comment. R visualization is also possible in SAC. And if you're having custom widgets, that is also you can add from here. Okay, if you want to add new data model, that is also possible. Right now, let me now this is option from here. You if you want to show the grid type, just select grid, and here you can see its show presentation will be changed to grid. You can show column, header, rows. Here you can see numbers, rows you can show, and if you don't want to show, you just need to deselect it. Okay, if you want to show the formulas, that is also possible. You can create script, you can copy, you can swap accesses, and if you want to freeze like a dimension, header, rows, or any row, that is also possible from here. And this is about the story creation in SSE. Okay, let me show you more option. You can save story from here. Once you have save your story, keep model. I'm just saving my story into BDC course. Test story, provide same description. And if you want to share your story with someone else, you can share by story by clicking this option, and here you can add the username, and you can also provide a email recipient. You can give the access, whether it's a view, edit, or full control or custom access also possible. Now once you have saved your story, you can check your story in view mode. Okay, this is view mode of your story. You can also click on presentation mode. You can see the presentation mode of your story. That's all about the story into the SAC. Next one is a data analyzer. So same, it's like in analytical model, you can do the data from whatever you can do from the data preview. Also here you can do the same analysis using data analyzer. Okay, let me show you from existing model. Let me sample actual versus no data available for this model. Let me choose another model, existing model, the model which we have choose samples, and yeah, I believe this model is having data. Okay, now here already one measure automatically selected, that is allocated amount. Click on this option. I want to select all the measures. Okay, now I want to do the analysis of data on a basis of company code. If you want to filter out, you can filter by member, filter by range, you can sort, display option. If you want to show total, just click, and here total is showing at a top position. And you want to change the total, arrange total at below, that is also possible from data analyzer. Okay, so you can do all the data analysis related operation from data analyzer, and you can save your data analyzer inside the BDC course, new insight. I'm going to give name as a new insight. Save this data analyzer, and you can also share this data analyzer with other, sorry, you can also share data analyzer means share insight with the others by clicking this option. Add your user defined access. You can also trigger an email, and if you want to export this data into the Excel, CSV, or PDF, that is also possible. Yeah, that's about the data analyzer into the SAC. In SAC, we know that we are having two types of model. One is the import model and live model. So if you want to create some model, uh, if you want to do some basic modeling into the SAC, that is also possible with the import model. Let me show you. Start with the select your data storage location. Here you can select your space. If you are having if your data sphere is having multiple space, you can choose one of them. It's just taking little longer time to initialize. Okay, now here options will appear. Select your source. I'm selecting Datasphere. Let me choose whether BDC course. No, BDC course does not have any model. Let me go into the training. both don't have models, so you can choose your model and you can create a model into the SAC also. Also, you can integrate live model from the Datasphere, BW, or SAP HANA live connection. Next one is the connection tab. Here you can create a connection with the sources like a Datasphere, S4 HANA. If you want to create a connection, you just need to click on this icon, and here you can see the what kind of whether you want to create live data connection. Live data is possible with BPC, BW, Datasphere, HANA, S4 HANA, or acquired data means import data connection. That is also possible with these objects. Now, also you can connect with the help of public API, and here you can see whether you want to select data source as on cloud, on-prem, live data source, or import from this. Here you can filter out. Yeah, that's all about the basics of SAC. Thank you.